bit limited on burst as well, so playing against a Necro with all these methods of peel, I'm sure.
And Brewmaster, where you're trying to take him down.
The CM's going to be going for a Glimmer Cape, like first or second item. Wow.
So you need some sort of carry on Virtus.pro. I mean, what are the options that you would feel comfortable with? I think PL I'd be alright with.
Better than the TB?
5 seconds remaining.
TB into like the Panda. I guess PL the Panda has all the same issues.
I mean, I don't know if you want to do it when Secret is last pick, but you could just Huskar them again.
They Huskar'd them 9th last time, right?
Yeah, they did. They did once.
Because the mid was revealed. I mean, that was the big question coming into this game is, would the Huskar happen once more?
Tire team pick.
They ban PL.
So does that mean they're taking the TP from themselves?
Nah, they're gonna bring Huskar, dude.
Oh, they're taking Luna?
Okay, never mind.
So Luna returns to the Virtus.pro lineup.
Faster paced carry, for sure.
First nuke damage, too.
She needs a little bit of time, yeah.
Dude, there is so much pressure on Pasha to have a good game, and I feel like if you're Secret, all you need to ensure Ramses doesn't like have a completely free game, but just don't give Pasha, room to have a Vanguard blink at like 12-13 minutes. And it's that same scenario where none of the VP cores can really move that effectively.
5 seconds remaining.
I like the Luna here. I think she deals well with the Brew. She's nice against the Necro too.
But it's a support Brew.
Yeah, I mean, you just get a BKB and you can cut through these heroes anyways.
That's true.
Glaives are nice this game. So you take the TB.
Choose your hero.
Okay, looked very good on it last time. Team coordination for sure.
And they addressed the Luna, but that does boost the effectiveness of the No-1 Storm as well. So there isn't really much for a Storm. I know I said there was possibly a difficult game, but now it's looking like a 4 or 5 item Storm could just have no real method of, like, you can't kill him, and then he picks up an Aegis, and CM's gonna die at the start of every fight.
So check out the SAP overview. You can see there's a decent synergy on both sides. Virtus.pro slightly ahead, I guess, but more threat from the Team Secret side of heroes. Gents, which way is this going?
It's a really tough one to call.
It is tough.
It's a very tight draft. I think both teams understand one another. They've got win conditions. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna favor VP guns. Like 52%.
Okay, Will.
I'm gonna stick with my guns. I chose VP.
Yes.
So I will go with VP.
Okay, Trent.
Gonna go Team Secret, like the CM, like the Terrorblade.
Bit of team fight.
Easy. The Brewmaster, too good.
The Brewmaster too good. You heard it here first from the panel. That's their thoughts. Then let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1: Virtus.pro versus Team Secret.
Virtus.pro, Team Secret. What a way to
likes this very much.
Only Pieces on Fog are ready to take you through this one. We've just seen the two lineups. I think we've heard it from the panel. Sort of mixed feelings. Both sides seem to have a lot of synergy, a lot of things that could work out. The potential for a really strong Storm game from no one.
Yep.
What's sort of your big takeaway from what we've seen these two teams bring to the fray?
My big takeaway is excitement. We've got Nisha on Terrorblade, we've got Mid One on Invoker, we got no one on Storm Spirit. Come on, man. This should be a treat to watch. Hopefully we can have it to get to the point where we get those late stages for lots of crucial fights. But we're going to be looking a lot at this early game. In particular, I'm going to be watching Solo on this Chen to how much he can actually defend his Luna.
I mean, what are sort of the odds on this game going on to those later stages? Is there a lineup here that you feel could sort of crush the laning stage, really start to get ahead from an early mark?
I think Chen is one of the bigger factors always to influence lanes. I think Pasha also needs to have a really good game for VP to get the ball rolling, but then looking at the grand scheme of things is the Storm Spirit doesn't have a crazy amount of disables he really has to deal with until some levels start coming out. Reaper Scythe, the Pando gets his split, but those disables, they're not really that reliable, right? Frostbite is their most reliable one once you get to that point. But I think this might be a Quaswex game that we're going to see coming out of Mid One, so that he can actually go for the control that his team wants.
So we'll see Secret battle on this top room, but at the same time, VP should be able to go for 2 down bottom of the cells. It's Blast coming out, Yap's slowing them down. Secret will not themselves close enough for that one. So bounty runes.
Three for
going to be taking top. Yeah, VP are going to get the 2 down bottom. So 3 to begin with. Pasha prepared for the lane. He's got the double stout ready to go on the axe. And it's going to be up against what looks to be Zai and Puppy coming together. The Necrophos and, of course, this Puppy, this support Brewmaster that we've seen Secret like to run.
So Pasha, I think the idea behind this double stout shield here, since he's versus Necrophos, he doesn't want to lane versus that Necrophos. He wants to just cut the creep waves and build a tank it up. So that's what I'm thinking he's going to be doing here. He's already positioning himself. He's giving the Phoenix the first wave, and I already see him walking into position to take that second wave on this axe. So yeah. As expected, when you're playing a core axe versus a Necrophos, you have to try to find your own type of farm. You don't want to play in his face in the lane. And in the top lane, I'm going to be looking at Secret applying a ton of pressure. That's what I was talking about. Solo has to have a big influence in this laning phase somehow versus this lineup up top, because Ramses is definitely going to be under the gun.
Pasha cutting the wave, Puppy trying to do what he can to punish the Actualist play, but it's going to be hard to do so, as we said with the 2 stouts, the way that Pasha can get away with this.
He's just going to stand back here, and then it's going to be pretty much Roger in a weird 1v1. He's going to probably just try pulling the hard camp over and over again as his axe tries to maximize.
We'll see Zai start to head over and have a bit of a look towards Pasha as well. They do have the clap slow, Puppy can get in range, but as it were, Pasha, just as it is, sort of running a distance, and the bottom lane in a bit of a different place now, as it's resorted to the jungle.
The thing is that VP, they're distributing their resources nicely. Pasha's now doing the small camp, and at the same time, Roger has pulled that hard camp. So great play by VP in the start in that bottom lane. The top, VP is getting pressured very heavily as well. These safe lanes are not really the safest, although Zaya is still doing very well on those last hits on the Necrophos.
This top lane Ramses only 2 CS at 2 minutes in compared to Nisha, 8 for 3 on this top lane. Secret managing to make sure that this dual lane really favors their own carry. As Ramses, he's going to have a slow start this game on the Luna.
That'll happen, right? The first matter usage, and your Chen isn't level 2 yet, so you can't get your creep. Now Solo has a creep, so we'll see if he can actually secure Ramses' farm up here as Nisha just constantly getting aggressive. They know Ramses is down to only 1 tango here, but this is where the creep comes into play.
They'll try and fight back. Look at the Hellbear Smasher with the clap. It's good amount of nuke damage, bringing Nisha down low. Yapso tries to slow the 2 of them with a vision there with the creep. It allows Ramses to get another loosen beam off. Nisha will be able to escape. As they're, as you say, see the sort of first potential of fighting back. They're sort of doing what he can. Mid lane Puppy comes in for a bit of a harass onto no one, has to TP away, and does manage to make it out just in time.
No one's doing excellent in that mid matchup right now. 14-3 to the 9-0 of mid one.
We'll see how that sort of changes as the level 2 start to build up. Bottom lane, Solo! The pressure pays off, gets the kill onto Yabzor. So it really is, as you say, a lot on the chin in these lanes. And Solo starting to show his hand and even up on this top lane. Make there a bit of space for Ramses to get that farm that he has fallen behind in off the back of the first few waves.
He's still not really getting a whole lot. Solo gets the kill, so his net worth is increased, but Luna is still all the way down to 900, and it just keeps having to use money for regen. So he's brought out a salve, but Ramses has, if you look at his inventory, he just has like Circlet and the components of a magic wand, but besides that, he is quite naked.
Yeah, absolutely out of regen at the moment, so it does have to hold back by the tower. Solo. See if Yapso can chase this. He's catching up. He's going to have one more spell to go. Solo goes straight for the TP on the high ground, but is not going to get out. Yapso's in, has the blast just in time. Same time mid. Puppy comes in with the wraparound. He's got the clap slow. Tornado from mid one. Finishes off no one. A Secret quick to make moves back in both lanes. Roger seeing if he can get Yapso. He does get the Fire Spirit upon him. He's got the Tango regen, but it's not going to keep him alive, as Roger will manage to take Yapso in return for losing his Chen Solo up there in their own jungle.
Action-packed start. You see Puppy, he's completely just left the bottom lane because he's like, all right, now we have this weird matchup where Axe is just cutting everything, and Necrophos is fine with this because he can actually farm and keep sustained even if he has any creep waves on him. Zai's maximizing nicely too. He's pulling into the neutral camps every single time while Pasha's doing similar.
Is this what you have to do when you have an Axe on the opposite side? Is there just nothing you can do to sort of stop Pasha getting away with his farm? Because leaving the lane as it is, as you say, sure, Zai, he's going to farm, but Pasha, he's going to get free farm as well.
You got to just accept it from the way that they did it from the start. They didn't see it coming. The double stout shield worked. They don't have the best heroes to pull the, and they want to be sure to set up Nisha for success, right? They can't put so many resources into Zai trying to shut down a Pasha Axe. They need to make sure that their Terror Blade's getting good farm. But Puppy is making the rotations. Since they have this Quaswex Invoker, this Brewmaster is actually quite a big of a threat whenever he makes the move towards that storm.
On top, People will get in, they'll be able to pick up the bounty route with Ramses, and with the two of them, him and Solo, they'll find Yapzor. Lucid Beam gets the job done. Nisha has got the Metamorphosis. He'll turn towards Ramses. Ramses with the stick charge. Keeps his distance. Puppey and Nisha turn back towards Solo. Another Lucid Beam coming out as Ramses. He wants to go back in. He sees that Nisha's low. If they can keep the vision for one more Lucid Beam, he can do it, and he can! Ramses! Despite how low he is, coming back in, securing the double kill, getting the TP out, back to the shrine. Perfect aggression there for the Luna. Bottom lane, Reaper's side comes down onto Pasha, but it's not enough to finish him off. And as soon as that plays happen, VP, they find the double kill, they go back to the shrine, and they're now looking for smoke players. At the same time, Roger and Pasha, they're still playing around with Zai down bottom. They know he's not got any side. Again, these fire spirits from Roger bringing Zai incredibly low. It's enough. Roger with the Phoenix play. As mid-1 does have the Tornado. Roger is out of spell, so should drop to this. But he's making mid-1 work for it. Mid-1's had to leave the middle lane for this. And it does get them the kill onto Roger. But both sides really testing one another, coming out with these fast plays. And top lane again. Ramses and Solo? They should have this. Nisha's trying to hide in the jungle. If Ramses can find one Lucid Beam, it will do it. Yapzor is there to make sure he can't go any further, and they do keep Nisha alive, but we're seeing how much Ramses and Solo can do with sort of this chase down, the buff to the damage, and then these hard-hitting Lucid Beams just shredding the Terrorblade in lane.
Yeah, and just how powerful Chen really can be. That tornado creep around that bounty area was absolutely phenomenal. Solo getting the right creep at the right time. And now Pasha, since he survived that original Reaper site, they were able to make that aggressive move, and now he's just going to go back to cutting waves. He's going for the Rush Hood build this time instead of like the Vanguard we've seen, since he's versus that overwhelming amount of magic damage as we look at Secret's lineup. They do just have a crazy amount until that Terrorblade starts getting fine. But Terrorblade, Nisha, he's now starting just getting bullied. This constant Lucid Beam spam is too much for him.
And mid lane Puppey tried to start picking up some levels. Roger and no one go aggressive on him. Mid-1 has now returned back to the middle. Tornado set up onto Roger. I mean, they get the kill on the Phoenix, keep Puppey safe. Pasha is hiding around at the side. Puppey's got to be careful that he doesn't come around on the trees and get caught out by a call. He won't. Mid-1 might though, as there's the walk-in. Pasha has the call. They get on top of Mid-1 with the Remnant. The dunk a little early though, as Mid-1 gets the Ghost Walk off.
I think he got the stick off at the same time as when the dunk came out.
Stop.
It's very close.
Again, Solo just playing in this area around the secret shop, around the back of this tier 1 tower. It's making this top lane feel very unsafe for Secret to keep Nisha in. He's struggling to find the farm. We saw at the start, sort of the first 3 minutes, Ramses getting nothing. Now you look at the CS, he's caught right back up and he's overtaking the Terrorblade now because of what Solo's doing on this Chen.
And once the levels start building up on Ramses, you're actually not you don't feel the safest as a Terrorblade. That high magic damage nuke is the bane of Terrorblade's existence early on, and Mid-1 will find another kill onto Roger here.
Yeah, that quick sort of disable with the cold snap to mess up the dive.
Those are 3 in a row on Roger that he's able to find there.
As we'll see sort of how this pays off for both mid laners, because Mid-1 on his Invoker being incredibly active. Up and down the map, he's getting involved in these kills, but you look at the farm, the CS on the Storm, he's doubling it. He's got 54 CS and such. As you see, it's paying off for both sides. They're still even in net worth, despite the very different approach to the game with the heroes that you're using, both Mid-1 and No One.
This is the playstyle that we've been seeing from Secret, right? Mid-1 is all about just hunting, going for frags in every single game they've been playing now. Doesn't matter the hero, he's just the big playmaker while they try to make space for Nisha. And Nisha, he's definitely gonna need that space. He's been bullied quite hard after having the first few waves go well, but after some levels get building up on the Luna and the Chen, he is definitely pressured and relegated to the jungle for quite some time now.
Secret, they will find the tower. Roger tries for a deny, but Zai is there with the CS. It's 5 for 5 as it stands. 9 minutes in. Only under a 1K difference between the two teams at the moment. As we know, both have the potential to battle through the mid game. You've got this strong TB that's going to continue scaling on the side of Secret, and then the Luna for VP, which is going to be potent at all points.
Both teams are doing a similar kind of move here too. They're giving their supports now the mid lane. The big team fighters, Brewmaster level 5, Phoenix level 5, both of them duking it on the mid so they can have that 6, so that the next few moves that they make, they'll have at least an ulti to be able to take that kind of fight. But Mid-1, he's in position here. He sees that Roger's trying to get that 6, so he wants to try to kill him beforehand. And now the urn has been finished up for Mid-1, so that always allows you to get better kill threat and better kill movements as this Invoker early on.
Well, those consistent ticks makes it hard for heroes like the Phoenix to dive away.
Yep.
But the earning the cold snap upon him.
It can also be obnoxious for the Storm too. Like we have seen time and time again that you just get comboed down, tornado lands, the cold snap hits you, you get hit by EMP, and that's where you can get dropped. EMP this game could definitely cause some problems on the side of VP. Don't really know who's going to be the mana boot buyer. It would probably be the Chen, but besides that, you usually want to have at least one versus these Invokers. If you do just get hit by a big EMP in the team fights, it could just completely ensue disaster.
Bottom lane, mid one. Again with these movements, hunting persistently for action with Yamso and Zai. They'll get away with it again, taking Pasha down. This Invoker, one of the most mobile Invokers we've seen so far here.
And look at this, immediately, mid one, gets to the side shop, gets a TP, he's got earn charges now, so he knows he can just keep looking to set up for kills. He's probably gonna call for a TP in the front after he gets a tornado connection on Ramses here. If Ramses doesn't see this coming. But he does, he's able to back away. Ramses has gone for the full farm build. I actually prefer this build to the 4 in Lucent Beam. You go for the 3-4. So you can always go to the jungle, you get that extra glaive. That last pointing glaives is really important because it goes from 3 bounces to 6 bounces, so optimizing your jungle.
Under attack.
It's mid lane. 2 supports, as we see now, have their level 6s. Split available for Puppey. And Supernova now ready from Roger. And Roger will get that smoke on its way out. As both sides, VP in particular, ready to hunt for a play. Maybe see if they can sort of punish the movements from mid one. He's been getting away with a lot across the map.
The thing is that Secret, they're a bit more mobile because of this Invoker right now. He can constantly move around, making the moves to secure Nisha, this farm that he's going to be getting. Look at Nisha, he's just been jungling for quite some time, and he's starting to catch back up in that net worth. His team, when they have their 4 as a unit on Secret, they are pretty strong. Invoker, CM, Necro, and Brewmaster, they will be able to take fights unless VP does have that number advantage. Which, I don't know if they always will, because you know, Ramses, he wants to be doing the same thing as the Terrorblade, right? He wants to just be farming. So we're looking at the other 4 of VP, they could definitely struggle until Axe gets Blink Dagger versus Secret's 4-man team fight.
Let's see what mid one can find on the hunt. Roger, alone in the jungle, just outside of the vision at night time.
He's trying to get wards down right now, trying to make sure that they can keep tabs on Nisha at least somehow. They place down now 3 aggressive wards in the jungle. It does get scanned.
It does get scanned.
You know that Roger's there.
They'll know that that wall was placed around that area. Or at least there's a likelihood that it was. Indeed it is. So we'll see if Secret do look to play around that or look to take it off the map.
Mid one's just going to keep looking for the hunt. Just every single time he sees some type of opportunity. Just always walking around and ghost walk that mobility. Solo has been isolated in the jungle here. Will be spotted out.
Yeah, they'll settle for Solo. He will pop the Hand of God. And no way he can escape as they'll take Solo, and they'll take his creeps as well. Holding them down with the Frostbite, they'll be able to remove the full Chen army. Secret now starting to build a little lead, 2k advantage. Zai is sitting at the top of the network with this Necrophos that's already proved to be quite a hero to tackle. He's got the hood, he's close to having the Yule Scepter.
Scans on Nisha, Roger. Starting to slow him down, but it's on top of a shrine. We even saw no one start to make the rotation over since he does have a DD rune in that Storm Spirit's bottle, but they get pushed away as soon as that TP happens, and the movement continues. Look at mid one, constantly on the hunt inside that Ghost Walk. 4 wards committed by VP inside of Secret's jungle to try to at least know where the Terrorblade is so they can try to set up type of smoke ganks, or the Storm can look for something as the cold snap.
The power of the cold snap just making it so hard for Roger to escape each and every time, or maybe with the backup of no one, he's going to be okay. The Tornado does come out, but no one, he's straight on top of mid one with the Remnants, bursting this Invoker down low. He's got the Invoke backup, so can Ghost walk to safety. Now no one. He's used a lot of his mana. He's got a little left to slide down as the river, but the Primal splits out from Puppey. We'll see if he can close the gap to disable the Storm Spirit. Solo, he's going to look to send no one back to home. Roger's there, but indeed the Dispel comes out, so the send home's not going to be there in time. Puppey bringing in the rest of the Primal Split Brulies to surround him, punch him down with the stun. They're moving in, no one's got a little bit of mana to keep the distance now. Puppey is left back, the clap won't connect with the Tornado. Mid-one from the low ground, the freezing field as well. Yamso, one more touch will do it. They get the kill on the Storm, they get the Supernova, and they'll get Solo 2 potentially as mid-one Yamso chase down the Chen. Cold snap comes into play. Pasha, he is starting to walk across. Solo's got the stick charges, but the right thing from mid-one are too much. They get Solo. Secret finding 3 heroes of VP. As that fight, that commitment there from Puppey getting in as we saw, dispelling the send back, so Storm had to stick around. VP were forced to fight, but it was this angle where mid-one, he comes in with his long-range Tornado from the low ground, and VP, they were just all thrown about. As we'll see this again, mid-one's
Cold snap from the low ground, so he gets the follow-up disable. No one goes up, but look at this.
Look at this
long-range tornado.
And he just hits the two of them.
Beautiful. Sets up for the freezing field, then they have 3 heroes isolating around an egg, and it's just a Chen. Chen can't really help too much there. They needed Pasha a bit sooner, but he just had picked up that Blink Dagger. As in the real game, Zai able to find 2 kills. He actually finds a huge one onto Ramses with the Reaper, so Ramses is dead for 60 seconds.
Now, they may have lost the Invoker for that, but again, another trade the Secret will be very happy with.
Absolutely. I mean, Nisha's been left alone during all this. Like we were talking about, the 4-man movements by Secret, they have the stronger lineup until the Axe gets the Blink. Pasha now does have that Blink in the last few moments. He has gotten it, so they really have to make a lot happen off of it for VP. They have to be making these moves with the Storm, with the Axe simultaneously to find Ramses a space to farm so he can match Nisha's Terrorblade, who's starting to.
Pasha will be able to blink up to the high ground, but indeed, waiting there and ready was Zai. Pasha pretty beefy with the hood, and will no one to be able to walk away from this, even with more TPs potentially coming in. So he gets himself out. Of course, very fast starting timings this game from Zai. The Eul Scepter, 14 minutes and 44 seconds in on top of the hood.
The new standard build that we see from Necro. Hood, Eul's, Radiance, incredibly good versus Axe in particular. Anytime you can have a Eul Scepter, we've mentioned it time and time again, being able to stop at the call, that blade mail damage that will come out later on.
Zai.
And Ramses just finally respawns. That is such a long time where the Terrorblade's allowed to actually now move his way up that Luna's farm, because Ramses was about 1,000 gold ahead of him before he did die.
They really want to try and get Zai. It's such a big kill, it'll be worth a heck of a lot if they can. Supernova's being committed for this one as well. They'll zip it, they'll take Zai, and they'll get Yapzor as well. VP able to strike back against the pressure the Secret have been applying for the most part of this early stage of the game. Getting Zai, that's a big kill to find. Zai, as we say, he's had 3 games so far. Now Secret, they're ready to continue this fight, keep it going. The Primal splits out from Puppey. Solo having to back up, a little bit of a heal comes through from Roger. But the Bruling's focusing down onto Solo. And the escape, another earn heal, keeping Solo alive. Mid-1 does have to go swore because no one made the zip straight towards him. Ramsey's there as well. They'll get the call, the control straight onto Puppey as the Primal split ends. VP. More than happy there for Secret to keep that fight going as they get those 2 extra kills. The top tier 1 tower does get taken meanwhile by Nisha. Pasha tries to come in to defend, but with the Metamorphosis up, it's a little too much for Pasha to deal with. Roger will be left behind. He's looking for it. No point messing around with the fog winking, just for out a tornado. Top lane with the freezing field. Not only will they get a tower, they'll get Pasha as well.
And Nisha finally gets involved in a kill now too. 1-in-1, 148 last hits on this Terrorblade.
Starting to seem that every time we see VP able to hit back after initial brawl and get close to getting a kill. Secret, with the fact that they have this slight lead, and these sort of heroes like this Necrophos, like the Brew and the Invoker that are pretty elusive, hard to catch. As we every time Mid-1 sliding around the fights with the Ghost Walk, just ducking and diving back and forth. It's hard for them to control these heroes. We talked a lot about the difficulty it would be for Secret to lock down the Storm, but likewise, you look towards VP's side, it's all on Pasha to get a big call. Otherwise, these heroes, they're going to be able to find the perfect position to fight from every time from Secret's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have the control. They have the Electric Vortex once you get more levels, and now he's starting to get some more points in it, but besides that, the early game, their disable is very lacking besides that Axe. Who has to go for, he's going to be going for that Blade Mail first time, but has to go for a BKB afterwards. You're playing versus these Eul Scepters, you're playing versus this heavy magic damage, playing versus Invoker, just an absolutely needed item in this game as early as possible. This time though, this is a little bit of a different style, right? This time Zai is actually able to get farmed. They've set him up for success. He's on the Necrophos. It's a great game for this hero too, since he's versus that core Axe, so they're actually prioritizing him getting some farm in this game besides like, of course, Yaps are still always farming, but you see Mid-1, he's starting to tick down a little bit on that net worth just because he's the hunter, while Zai is the one who's going to be pushing out lanes and actually farming. Mid-1 on the prowl.
Zai, as we see, no surprise there with the timings he's hitting. A well above average game, but he's bringing us on the Necrophos.
Solo in a lot of trouble here. Mid-1 just waiting and
he
waiting.
knows he's spooked. He'll wait. Make Solo use the dust. So that's an extra bit of a win. A consumable down and a life as well. Even an ult. As they'll find Solo and force all 3 of them out of it.
Huh. He's been using the ult a lot just for himself, and it has a pretty long cooldown.
So, 150 seconds without it.
Yeah.
A long cooldown indeed, and can be the make and break. Sometimes a hero gets caught under the Reaper side, you sort of offer that extra bit of burst heal, could be the difference it makes to keep that target alive.
Roger's trying to stack these Ancients, but it is under ward vision of Secret. Secret, they're actually making a very sneaky play. They're just walking into the pit here after that kill.
With the Metamorphosis
And Alacrity.
it's going to be very quick.
Yep.
VP don't look to be in any position to head over as a team, not even having anyone nearby to go for a potential steal. Pash is farming Ancients. You have no one just making a beeline straight towards the bottom to push it out. Secret, they're going to get away with this one absolutely free.
VP, what it tells me is like they use that Chen heal because they're just like, all right, we're just going to try to play the farm game. But Puppey, he's invis on top of Ramsey.
He's ready to start off a fight. Indeed, Ramsey's in trouble. The Spirit Vessel down onto him. Yapso's got the disable with the Frostbite, and that's your carry gone. So not only is the opposition Secret, they've got the Aegis, they're now pushing against a team that doesn't have their carry ready to defend. As they move the creep wave up to the tier 2, they'll keep on pushing forward. Those last 3 moments of the Metamorphosis does now wear off.
But Nisha's already at a point where he's absolutely massive. 10,000 net worth. Manta Dragonlance finished.
25 seconds still without the Luno. Secret may back up and just look to take the outer towers. The tier 2s are still there on the side lanes.
And like the panel had mentioned, Noah in this game, he's not looking for that Orchid build. He doesn't want to go for trying to find just individual kills. He's going for the Bloodstone greedy build. They want to be able to play this game toward that later stages. But right now, Secret, I don't think they're going to be too unhappy with that, with the way that they're farming on their Terrorblade, with the way they're farming on their Necrophos. Because Zai, I'm pretty sure he's about to have that Relic finished up. And yeah, he's at 300 gold away from it.
And that really is the sort of the power of having a Terrorblade in your lineup. Sure, you know, it gets to late game. He's scary sort of at all points, but because he has this Metamorphosis, you can see 20 minutes in, you take a fight, make sure that you have the numbers advantage, you can get in there and you can start threatening high ground incredibly early with this hero. And
especially when you have a hero like this Brewmaster. I mean, Puppey's been phenomenal on it every single time.
He's straight in every time.
His splits have been like just perfect. He's just finding the right heroes, he's in the right place at the right time. And they're applying so much pressure because of this Brew and as well as mid one. They're just like running around as this duo, always able to find kills and kind of just mess up VP's rhythm that they're trying to go for to get all this farm up. And the map control too. We look at all the towers being taken down right now for Secret, like you were mentioning. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 towers already. We see on the side of VP, they've only been able to claim that bottom tier 1. So their invasion plays to try to hunt this Terrorblade is just that much more difficult right now, as they don't really have any aggressive wards down. They only have these 2 defensive wards at the moment. Their moves are looking a bit limited right now, especially versus this Aegis.
They're going to have another move coming in against them right now. Secret smoked out. Ramses has to be careful in a little bit of a scary position. Secret are able to sweep into this jungle.
He needs to have a BKB before they can even try to take any type of fight.
He's very close.
Yeah.
Maybe not close enough. Secret start to poke at Roger. Reflection as well being used as they'll chase across the tree line again. Cold snaps onto him. Roger, he'll let himself die. Doesn't want to waste the supernova. Knows that he has to keep that for the high ground, but he's out of the game for 40 seconds. Straight away.
They're going up on high ground.
Puppey's not there though. Puppey's decided to TP top to hold off the defense, make sure they don't lose a tier 1. A quick call from Pasha trying to pull Nisha's attention away from these mid lane racks and tier 3s. 25 seconds, no Phoenix.
They have a ward on top of Ramses. They actually do seem farming as
no one's going to go for the big zip in, but still at this point, not really much of a threat. Nisha's got the Alacrity from mid-board. The tier 3 is going to be taken. They're not backing off yet, Secret. Still having the Aegis for 2 minutes on Nisha. They're feeling incredibly confident.
Ramses has the BKB now. He TP's back. He's going to pick it up. This is where VP's going to try to take a fight. As soon as their Phoenix is up, they have to try to commit forward before they lose this Rax.
Here we go. This is the timing. The VP needs to do something. The melee rack's falling low. EMP's going to be laid down. No one goes in the back of it all. Ramses moves in with the BKB and the Eclipse. They look towards Nisha, trying to get himself on top, and he's going to have the edges to leave and bring down once they can. They take him down once. He's going to be off again. The end comes through. Zai does fall. Can they kill that Terrorblade a second time? Nisha starts to walk off. A quick drop here from the Storm Spirit. The jump from Pasha. They've got the further disable. Lucid beams down onto Nisha. Zip popping against the Sunder off onto Solo. He's back up to 4 with the heavy damage from VP. No. Yapso with the freezing field keeps him away from Nisha. Nisha survives. And Secret, can they actually finish off the racks?
Oh, no one gets Nisha.
No one does him straight back into the phrase. Done with just Yeet Nisha. He gets Chapter as well.
The Rax has survived, both of them.
Kept the Rax alive. Even though Secret was somehow able to take that initial fight before some of the buybacks come in from Pasha, no one's able to make that zip play. They couldn't finish the Rax off. As VP pushed them back.
look at the gold that he got for the kill on Nisha too. 1,036 gold, even though he just got that Bloodstone, lost some charges initially, gets him right back.
I mean, we'll see this again. It looked to be going all pretty much perfect for Secret. It was an incredibly close fight.
It was instant Yules as well on the Axe. The EMP is able to burn his mana. The Egg almost actually pops to get a couple extra auto attacks, everyone focusing it. But that quick respawn, we see no one. He's going to get brought down here, but since he has this Bloodstone, he's able to respawn very quickly, and he's able to come back into the fight.
And sort of for Secret as well, the fact that Nisha, he took a long time to die. At this point, it was like, okay, this is great. Yapso gets this ult off, no one's able to cancel it.
But look at the Bloodstone, right? No one dies, but it's a 6-second respawn, so he comes right back.
The angle that he comes in with the zip.
Yep.
Perfect angle, straight in, bullseye, right on top of Nisha. And suddenly, without the Terrorblade, it starts to fall apart. And Secret, they got some kills, sure, it was still not a bad fight as such, but they didn't get the barracks. It's VP holding on. The lead now for Secret, only 1k. This game just got a hell of a lot closer.
Sure did. They split the damage on the Rex too, right? It's down to 70 on the range, and it was down to like 130 or something on the melee Rex, so just a little bit too much split damage. They could have probably focused and gotten one of them down at least. And now they finished up the Radiance 2 on Zai. I mean, that was an opportunity push, right? They got a kill and they wanted to try to get something big out of it, but VP, they got some key item timings. The BKB on Ramses and no one with that Bloodstone. The Bloodstone build we were talking about, how it's going to be that big of a greedy one, so you can set yourself up for later on, because you're not looking for individual pickups, but it's also so good versus Necrophos in a lot of games, because you can just reset, not have to deal with that Reaper side timing if you do get ulted.
Got to bear in mind though, one of the big items wasn't quite there. Nisha didn't have the BKB for that push. Yes. So now, with the BKB on its way out,
and the Radiance too on the
absolutely. These are two big items that Secret were pushing without. Now that they do it with these items, this is the difficulty stepped up a lot for VP. Killing that Terrorblade with the BKB it's not easy. They've got to sort of perfectly time the call through the immunity whilst he's low. Try and outplay him. Make sure that he doesn't find the opportunity to cast Sunder. He gets solo outside of the base. No one, he's straight out of there. He nopes right back to base.
And immediately they have Meta, they have BKB. They're gonna look to claim this one, and there is no glyph still for another minute on the side of VP. So Solo, he immediately buybacks just to kind of dissuade them from going for that high ground.
And I feel this as well from Nolan. He's got to get the BKB. Yes. He's saying, I can't afford to go greedy with the Orchid.
No, I mean, it's just too much control. Like, if he gets caught by one little
EMP,
yeah, he just can die.
He's out of the fight, he's useless. So with that BKB, he can get the work done. Secret, with the creep wave down bottom in a good position. They'll head to the tier 2 tower.
They're gonna have their Aghanims finished after this tower dies too. It has to get delivered on the courier though for mid one. The VP, they look like they're going for a jump here.
He does, he starts to fight up, gets straight up to the top of the Terrorblade. The Tornado comes back to respond, the reason sights down. No, he has the BKB out, zips away, but Pasha getting pummeled by Nisha with the Metamorphosis. They're pushing him back, the egg is successful though. Nisha is stunned up, he'll die, he can't get himself out of it all. As that egg from Roger is doing everything for VP. Yapso tries for the freezing field, but VP, they've taken down 3 of them. Zai's still alive. He's trying to head back in a little bit with the Ghost Shroud. He knows that some of VP are really low, but Pasha comes back in with the call. Mippon, he's still trying to fight this. He'll get Ramses. He's looking towards Pasha. Maybe he can get a few of these kills. Pasha hiding in the trees. They want Alacrity up. He'll go for a TP away. He's not going to make it out though, as Pasha comes back in for the cleanup dunk. Secret, they lose everybody at that tier 2 tower push. And that time round, it really was Roger getting the Supernova on. Secret, they didn't target the egg enough.
They didn't focus fire. I saw Nisha, he popped the BKB, he popped his meta after the call as well, and he was hitting something else. I think he was hitting the Storm Spirit. He wasn't actually focus firing the egg, and it allows it to pop, and the control is enough for them. Oh my goodness.
I mean, if they got that egg,
could have been a totally different fight.
They certainly would not have lost their full team.
They had 3,000 gold coming out on the courier too. But the thing is that VP with the heads up instant jump. They also Secret, they weren't right next to Nisha at the start of that. So the Blade Mail actually did a decent amount of damage because they weren't allowed to tornado the axe or Yules him in the air during that call.
I mean, and that was the fight with the Radiance on Necrophos and with the BKB on the Terrorblade. And it went a whole lot worse than the fight before they had those items. So VP showing us that they can easily tackle that. The BKB pickup as well from No One, keeping him alive and beat No One. Sees an opportunity to get straight back in. Looks towards Puppey. Puppey gets glimmered. Yapso, it's got a frostbite, but no further disable, so No One's able to walk himself away to safety. will be going back for that Orchid as his next item. He's up to 15 Bloodstone charges after that last fight.
I mean, the thing is, like, with this build, when you do this Bloodstone build instead of the Orchid, you're not fragile. I know Will was talking about it, or Kyle, I'm not too sure on the panel. They were just mentioning how you're pretty beefy on Storm, because you get that 400 health talent, you get this Bloodstone, it's 2,500 HP with 10 armor.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to actually shred through.
It's Poppy. Find Solo. I think Solo's getting out of this one. Secret.
Commit the Reaper, he's down for a very long time on that Chen.
Very long time. 30 minutes in and dead for 2 minutes.
They're gonna commit straight for that Roche. Can VP actually contest this, or maybe go for a
should
snipe?
know. They have to know about this. They have such good snipe potential with the Supernova, with the Axe Call, with the Storm Spirit. There's so many ways that VP can make a big play like this. It's just a question if they want to, or if they even realize they need to, as it's half down on Roshan.
Nisha's saving the meta as well. He's doing it without that, so they can have it for the further push.
They're not going to go over.
They're not
So Secret's
contesting.
going to get this for free again.
It is a bit of a scary area when you don't have one of your heroes. You already know that Secret's position, they probably have ward vision around the area too, and no one. He actually tries to make the zip forward, but
He
it's basically
zips
gets you.
very late.
He has BKB.
He will get it out. Zips back away. He'll be fine. But a little slow on the zip in, maybe hoping for the premise that Secret didn't pick up that Aegis straight away, but even then it was a little after that happened.
Yep.
Maybe the hope of, maybe the attempt was to try and spook them as well. Hey, who knows? Sometimes you see a Storm zipping in, you might force out a panic BKB from Nisha, and then suddenly it takes away something that Secret would have for the push. But Secret, of course, they keep their cool. They know that they don't need to be worried about that sort of quick zip, and they're ready to push. Metamorphosis is up on Nisha.
Got Glyph this time.
Still without Solo for 45.
The brew split immediately by Puppy. He's not trying to mess around. He doesn't want to get caught out, but he has to watch out. His Brewlings can die to the Luna Glaive.
Pasha has got the call to control the two of them. Frostbite's down onto Pasha. Nisha focusing the barracks. They'll jump in with the Vortex. Glimmer Cave keeps Nisha safe. He's still got half of his health full available, and they will get away with the mid-rack this time. They take the melee and the range. Nisha actually
Sundered his own illusion when he was
not the ideal Sunder. Doesn't really change his HP at all. He's still fine. They still have the components of Roche. Zai still holding on to the cheese. Nisha still with the Aegis. And I think if he's ready, they'll play it safe.
And Solo will finally start respawning. That was a very, very long, that was the longest Chen death I've seen in 30 minutes, I think, ever. But you see how Puppy, no hesitation. Instead of like waiting to try to get a perfect opportunity for the Primal Split, he knows it's like when you see those Monkey Kings when they just like Wukong's command to guard their Tire Blade when he's pushing the high ground, it's very similar to what the Brewmaster just did. Just protect the area of that TV. This VP looking to punch back in. Oh, look at this. Solo has picked up 4 Cloak Aura creeps.
Okay.
Which is a little bit different than you see on your normal Chens. Just all that magic resistance he's trying to buff up for his team versus this Necrophos and all the magic damage that comes out from Secret. Different approach.
Down the mid lane they go. Secret start to play around with Pasha. Tornado does hold back the axe. The illusions from Ramses beating down onto the tier 1 tab.
He's out of mana.
You're up at the top. Yeah, no one. Pasha's not going to be able to jump in without that mana. As now VP starts to back away. They may have to leave Pasha for this one. He's popping the BKB. They're still trying to poker this. No one zips in, zips out. VP still very much wanting to get themselves out of this. Again, Solo, they'll be the one left behind. VP managed to get everyone else out of there, as it did feel like a bit of an awkward place for VP to be there, over by Secret's Ancients. It was unlikely they were really going to be able to do anything or catch them by surprise from that position at all. As soon as sort of Mid-1 had his eyes on them, going up from that mid lane up towards that area, Secret knew what they were doing.
I mean, as soon as Pasha gets hit by EMP, VP's like, we can't take a team fight at all. We have no way to get him the mana back. They don't actually have a single pair of Arcane Boots in order to restore that, and Pasha, he doesn't even have a wand. So if he does get hit by any of those, if he gets hit by any of those EMPs without that BKB, it can be absolutely detrimental to VP.
Secret back on form.
Now they've got the level 22. They've got that 10-second reflection cooldown, or minus 10-second reflection cooldown. So we saw it, especially with versus like the Chen too. Like if the Luna's next to him, the Chen creeps all get shredded by those glaives. Secret.
Straight back down towards the bottom. Puppy turns on his way out, trying to bump himself up to that 3rd point in the ultimate.
Look at that beautiful view from the Snipes Lounge there.
There's no one. The most crazy game from him, but still keeping himself above the average.
Yep.
As the full butterfly does get finished now for Ramses. Had that extra little chance of sort of staying alive against the beatdown from Nisha. As Nisha, what's he going to look
He's
for
going to go
next?
Scotty.
Trying
He's
to get
just
his
tanking
Scotty
up.
up.
Yeah. Tanking up, BKB piercing slows. You know, it's like the usual build-up for a Terrorblade. But yeah, that butterfly evasion could come into play. We definitely have to watch out for it. How are those BKB timings? 8 seconds on Ramses. How's no one doing as well? No one's also at 8 seconds. Nisha's got a little bit more to work with that 9-second BKB. Secret spreading themselves out, getting these bounty runes for now. And Zai also getting toward that critical mass as well. Has finished the pipe earlier and has queued up a heart very close to that one. He's going to be very tough for them to bring down. He has so many different ways to play in defensively, and he has a cheese on top too.
See here, Puppey versus Roger both getting so much done in these fights, the way that we've seen Puppey go in this primal splits. At the same time, Roger, some of those supernovas, really just keeping the game going for VP, as Secret had many an opportunity to roll over there. Allow Andre there. Again, watching the local boys on VP. See if they can do it again here in another ESL. So far in this game one, this best of 3, Secret really seem to have VP under control for the most part.
For the most part. Just gotta watch the positioning once those BKB start wearing down, and looks like no one, he wants to try to get some more control for his team. Like we were mentioning, it seems like so much pressure is on Pasha to really get like the perfect calls every single time. So no one's gonna try to help his buddy out here. Go for that Aghanims build. Might still see him change it up, but this could actually be a good way to control versus that side of Secret. Just that follow-up that they seem to need, and also very good follow-up for the Supernova to help him.
Already, Roger's been caught on the front, he gets the Supernova on Pasha. He has the call to stay with the Invoker. Puppey's trying to take down the Supernova. Can he do it in time? They will. They'll get rid of the Supernova. BKB and their opposite, popped by Nisha, and they'll turn toward no one. No one's able to zip away from Ramses. Caught in the middle of it. They've lost the Luna. They're going to lose Pasha as well as he's trapped in the trees. VP trying in almost a show of desperation to come out with an aggressive play, and they just can't. The bring down there from Puppey just in time for the Sunstrike to connect, to really rub salt into the wounds. As VP, they lose 4. They do not get anything from trying to invade Secret's jungle. And now Secret, they're ready to push back, strike back. There's no buyback on Pasha. Pretty much their biggest form of initiation and way of starting the fights, and there's no Supernova either.
And there's no Supernova, exactly. It just seems so difficult for VP to actually take the control in the fights and not allow them to kill the Aghanim. Only one target.
He does find
Mid-1
alone.
him. Okay. Well, that's step one.
He's taken the Invoker out of this push.
The dream takeoff. I mean, it's gonna slow down their push.
Secret do seem to be backing up. They don't want to try and push it without that Invoker.
Gives them the tip as well. Ouch.
And there's little things like that. You know, mid-1 getting caught out alone. It does shake up the momentum for Secret. Gives VP that extra chance to wait for their ults to come back and for them to kick back down the line.
And he's
see, look at this. This is the perspective. As soon as he sees mid-1, no hesitation, immediately.
What? He's very split from his team there. Look, the rest of his team is in that mid lane. He wanted to try to push the creep wave, I guess, onto that high ground, but very isolated versus Storm Spirit. Bit of a mistake there by mid-1. Man, these team fights, Secret, they seem to have like a better control of the area of the fights, right? Even though you're fighting versus a Supernova, there isn't that follow-up control. It's just really the axe call that they have to worry about, as we've been mentioning over and over again here. While Secret, they can just play around it much easier with that Primal Split. And now, this is something that you do have to factor in, is Crystal Maiden is now level 20. So 250 attack speed.
He's got it.
Versus the Phoenix. The Yapster could definitely be looking to bring down that egg. He's actually queued up an AC on Crystal Maiden, by the way.
We'll see if he goes for it. I do hope he does. As at this point, it certainly would help them have that extra bit of effort to take down the racks and add to the siege.
I mean, as usual, Yapstor is he's getting pretty close to mid-1's net worth.
I like this as well. Look at no one. Is he still queuing it up on the Storm?
Still has the Aghanims, yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
They need more control.
This is what you need against the 250 plus attack speed CM. You've got to stop them from hitting the egg.
They just need something to be able to control the follow-up control versus this Terrorblade, because as soon as I see Nisha, he gets the meta, the BKB off in the team fights, it looks so scary for VP to walking into that one. Because even Ramses, sure, he walks in, but then he just gets reflected, and then it's even worse. It's like a BKB Terrorblade hitting you, as well as this really, really farmed Luna that's also going to be bringing you down. Ramses looks like he's going for the Eclipse build, it seems now, as he takes the mini stuns. instead of that lifesteal we usually see. I guess he's feeling man fighting is not an option in this game, so he has to try to do it in a different manner, going for these just little interrupts that could actually stop a Sunder play.
It could stop a Sunder.
A couple different things.
It absolutely could. To stop a Sunder could make it that little harder for Puppey to get off the primal split. A lot of things that could come into factor. As long as Ramses can get in position, can commit with the Eclipse, especially when the BKBs are down. Obviously, we've seen a fair few usages of the BKBs, so the timings, the durations are getting shorter.
And Nish is still at 8. And the other two on the side of VP also. I mean, Ramses has an 8, no one has a 7-second, and Pasha's also at 7, so still relatively high, but smoke on smoke battle.
For the third time, VP will contest Roach. They're heading over, jumping from Pasha, they're looking at one side. Zai's ever yields up, primal split, it's going to be successful. Ramses committing with the BKB and the Eclipse, and Supernova's down, but Nisha with the BKB focuses the egg. The egg's going to be taken out, and with the Metamorphosis, he turns towards Ramses. Yamsor still kept alive, but the Reaper Sights down, bringing Ramses low. Ramses will fall. They'll look to Pasha. Pasha actually able to blink out. Somehow being able to blink away, but Puppey is on top of him with the remaining time of the primal split. They get Pasha as well.
I mean, Zai and Puppey leading the charge.
GG's gone.
Wow.
GG's, there's no Luna, there's no buyback.
Nope.
No buyback on the Luna, no buyback on the Axe, no buyback on the Phoenix. They cannot deal with it anymore, and then Secret take game 1.
I mean, Zai and Puppey, they just walk in and they're like, we don't care if we're the ones initiate on it. Zai is so tanky with the build that he went. This is the build that we love to see. This Yule's pipe into Radiance, he gets the heart afterwards.